thin do you think the ice is under Marc Bergevin and Claude Julien if the Canadiens start the season off poorly?
I don't think it's that thin. I mean, Bergevin's under contract till 2021-22 season, the end of that season. And Michael Farber had a great line. I was talking to him once. He said that big contract that Molson gave him, it's like going out on a date with a girl twice and marrying her. You know, he threw that big commitment at him. And I don't think the only real explanation I see for Marc Bergevin still being in that position is that Jeff Molson doesn't want to eat that money. And, you know, the coach also, Julien, is under contract for 4 more years at $5 million a year. That's, if you're an owner, that's a lot of money to eat to get rid of these guys. So I don't think it's that thin. I really don't.
I think for Claude Julien, you can just make the argument that he hasn't had a team to coach. So he hasn't been able to coach to his highest ability because he doesn't have the players in front of him. So if anything, it's more, I would say, Marc Bergevin that's going to be feeling the heat, but then it's who's going to replace him. Name me another GM out there who's bilingual that could take his spot and do a better job.
I think with Claude Julien, it's not just the team in front of him, but also the assistants. Now, over in this offseason, we're seeing a few more changes in that department. Dominic Ducharme coming on the bench as well. So Claude Julien also gets another year to kind of prove himself with regards to being the coach of this team and seeing what else he can do. With Marc Bergevin, I feel if they were going to fire him, they would have done it last season. I don't think the ice is thin for him at all. And I agree with Stu in the fact that with the way the salary is kind of set, it's kind of hard for the team to kind of eat that salary. I think Bergevin, at least 1 or 2 more seasons, the Canadiens could probably put up with this. I don't think with the way this year's going to go, good or bad, he has to worry about his job.
I also find it interesting, here we are late June, and they still haven't named the coach for the defense with Claude Julien.
Yeah,
which is sort of like, I'm sort of interested because Julien has never been able to hire, since he came here, he's never hired his own assistant coach. I mean, Dominic Ducharme wasn't his choice. It's the GM went out and got him. It's always there. I don't understand why it's taken so long to hire the defense coach unless they're negotiating with somebody, but that's an interesting thing. I mean, maybe they'll hire someone before July 1st. I would think so, but that's sort of interesting that they haven't yet.
I think it's the most disappointing thing is when Larry Robinson wanted to be the defense coach back in 2012, and unfortunately his house in Florida had a flood and had to go take care of that, and then Marc Bergevin said, okay, well, we're moving on with someone else. That I wonder how different the team's defense would be if you had a Hall of Famer coaching them.
Well, and I spoke with Larry Robinson about that, and he made it very clear he had no interest in being head coach of the Canadiens. Like Michel Therrien had nothing to worry. He had no interest in dealing with the media. He just wanted to teach kids. And now Robinson's not interested in coaching now. He's older. He's had some health things. He doesn't want to do the travel. So that ship sailed.
Does Robinson speak French?
I believe he does, but I believe he does. Most of the Gainey and those guys, he speaks at least some. I don't know if he's fluently bilingual, but the older players, Gainey spoke French, and I'm pretty sure Robinson speaks.
If he doesn't want to be head coach, it doesn't matter then.
Well, that's true.
It shouldn't matter at all.
But I mean, Bergevin missed the boat on that one. I mean, imagine. I think if Larry Robinson had been hired to coach the defense, I think P.K. Subban's still here. I think P.K. Subban, I mean, if P.K. Subban didn't listen to what Larry Robinson told him to do, P.K. Subban's father would hit him upside the head and say,
seriously?
This is Larry Robinson, shut your mouth and listen to what this guy's saying.
That's why, like thinking of guys who have come here and play on defense, being a puck mover, and having a guy like J.J. Daniel, like learning from a guy like that as opposed to Larry Robinson, night and day.
Well, there's only one team in the NHL that would hire J.J. Daniel over Larry Robinson.
Okay. That is one of our bonus questions. Go to hockeyinsideout.com now and check out this week's full episode.